took a couple weeks, but I got the lyrics and vocals demoed for this track that I've been working on. I wanted to show a couple of things that I did. I mentioned in a Facebook comment a few weeks ago that I'd put some momentary switches on my EBow, and I used that in this, and then, well, let me show you that. It's a really minor part of the song, but it just adds a little bit of something that hadn't been there in the first repetition of that section. And to be able to do it with the handheld instead of the harmonic switch that's built into the Hamer guitar that I have, which takes 2 9-volts and lasts maybe 8 minutes of playing before they die. This lasts kind of forever, so I can keep throwing in parts, and it's just always at the ready. All I did was take the function of the switch and run a couple of tact switches, and I just put them across the switch. So you have one momentary for fundamental, and one for harmonic, and then you can use both. Here they are soloed up. I did one that was kind of a main melody, pulse, which is like it's the Ableton Auto Pan in phase, so that both speakers are attenuated at the same time, and then one that flips them back and forth slowly, and when I do the actual mix, it'll probably have some like extra processing afterwards, but that's the main chain. And then the other debatably interesting thing I did was with this main rhythmic loop. I ended up using the resonators built-in effect, which is kind of a car plus strong kind of thing where you put an impulse in and it excites a feedback loop with a delay. And in doing so, you can change the resonant frequency and build harmony chordal parts. So I did one control to make it major minor, and then another control to set the root. And you can see that automation in here. And it turns out there's no minor chords in this progression anyway, but I think I used it somewhere later in the song. But the main thing that means is this one is demoed, finished, temp vocals, songs written. That's what the main takeaway is. So I'm moving on to the next one before I go back and put the final vocals on this, because there's a possibility that I gotta buy a new acoustic guitar, I think. The one that I have was dropped on the floor in college and the back popped off, and I've glued it together, and I also did some adjustments to the saddle height. I sanded the bridge saddle, but it's just like not a really good sounding guitar. So I'm gonna try to find the cheapest okay sounding guitar I can possibly find. I think I'm gonna stay tuned for the next redoing acoustic guitars again, 'cause it seems to be the refrain.